Okay, we are recording. This is Mr. Kamal with policeabuse.com. I'm on the line with Lucille. She has a complaint against the Homestead Police Department in Florida. Lucille, tell me what happened, and we'll tell you how we can assist you.
Okay, on March 27th, another police department came and knocked on my door, and I answered the door, and the police officer, Officer Johnson, asked me if there was a child in my house because he was dispatched to my address because a child called 911 screaming, and the child hung up. So I told him that I do have a child. My child was at the door with me when I answered the door. My son, he was 9 years old at the time. And he told him that, he didn't call the police. And I also had AOL dial-up internet.
Mm-hmm.
All day my internet services were connected, so there was no way that my kid could have called 911. So he said, okay, it probably was a mix-up with Homestead Police Department. The lines, they always get mixed up. Never mind. And he left. And then, like, 10 minutes later, another police officer came and knocked on the door, and he said, I'm going to have to search this house because I just got dispatched here. There was a kid that called 911 screaming, and the kid hung up the phone. And so my son came with me to the door again, and I said, that's impossible because my son is right here, and he don't play on the phone. And furthermore, I have the computer connected through my phone, so there's no way a kid could have called 911 screaming. So he just walked past me and, like, came inside, and he started looking around, and he asked me, where's that machine? So I said, what machine? What are you talking about? And he said, you know what I'm talking about? And he went to the first room. Whose room is this? Whose room is that? This is your room? So when he went to my room, I went and I locked the door really quick. I said, you can't do this. This is illegal. And he said, if you don't unlock the door, I'm going to have to call somebody to come and break it down. And I said, no. So I went back. I have a camcorder. So while he was just searching through the house and threatening to break my door down, I went to the living room to pick up my camcorder. And when I went to the living room, two other police officers just came inside the house. And I was like, they were wearing regular clothes. I didn't know who they were. I said, excuse me, can I help you? And they just like walked past me and they started searching through the house. And so I started recording with my camcorder. And after it was all over, they took my camcorder from me and deleted it. And they searched through the house, and they said if I didn't unlock my room door, they was going to break the door down. So I was scared. My son was scared. And my grandmother, 71 years old at the time, she was scared. So I unlocked the door, and they went in. And then Detective Manny Rojo from Homestead Police Department, he was one of the ones that was dressed in plain clothes. He went back to his car, got a camera, and started taking pictures, like, in my room. And after that, they had another officer to come, and she was dressed in a Homestead Police uniform, and she took me to jail. And she took me to the police station. I sat in the room for like at least 7 hours, handcuffed to the table while I guess they was like at my house because my son told me they took like a lot of stuff out of my room, papers, and I don't even know what else that they took. I was just,
Hold. Let me back up a second. They came to your house supposedly on a call of some child welfare issue, meaning that your kid was not okay and wasn't safe. They said your kids called them, and then you explained to them, and the initial officer left the scene, drove away, let you go, didn't do anything more, and then another officer came minutes later and barged into the house and began searching again.
yes, they began searching again.
Okay, and
And
then
after
and let me finish to make sure I have this right. And then two plainclothes officers showed up, and they also searched, barged in the house. And you said one of the officers took your camera and deleted the recording that you had made?
Yeah, they took my camera. She
Oh, oh,
said it was officer. She said she's a detective, Detective Connie Smith of Homestead Police Department.
and
She
she
deleted.
deleted what was on the tape.
She deleted. It's a mini like digital camcorder that you hold in your hand. It's really small, and
And
it records video. She deleted it. She said
let me hold on. Let me ask you a question. Were you recording for the purpose of documenting a crime or something that you felt was wrong that was happening to you?
yes, I was recording because I thought what they were doing was illegal, and I was scared at the same time. So I was recording. I guess like for my safety, safety of my family.
Okay. And they deleted the recording and then took you to jail and charged you with what?
They took me to jail. I was charged with uttering a forged instrument. I was charged with something, but uh, I mean, I would have if they knew who I was already. They could have just said, "Ma'am, we have a warrant. You get warrant for your arrest. We're here to pick you up." But they searched the whole house and they took my personal property and they kept it.
Okay, so
And
back up. So they actually had a warrant for something else that they charged you with. Is that right?
yes,
Okay. And they never exactly told you what that was. They just told you that they were doing this because your kid called the police, right?
yes, right.
Okay. Now, what's the status of the charge that they charged you with? Is that charge still holding against you? Did they drop it? What happened with that?
No, I went to court and I got probation and I got two other charges. I think it was dismissed.
Okay. Now, in terms of the way that they conducted themselves at your house, did you feel that they violated a law or broke some rules and that's why you're complaining?
Yes.
Okay. Did they have your permission to search the house?
No, they didn't.
Okay. Did they ever get your permission in any way that they could come in the house and search wherever they wanted?
No, I told them that they couldn't. I tried to stop them at the door, but they walked past me.
Okay. Did they have a warrant?
No,
Okay. Did they ever show you a warrant and show you what they had?
no, they didn't.
Okay. Now, typically, when the police search your house, they're required to give you a list of the items that they took. Did they ever give you such a list?
Yeah, when I got to the police station, they listed my camera on there. They listed I had $1,600 and I had like a bunch of change, quarters, dimes, nickels. They listed the quarters, dimes, nickels, but they didn't list the cash amount.
Uh huh.
And they put that I had some miscellaneous papers, and they listed that. I had a purse and cell phone. They kept one of my cell phones, and they kept my actual purse.
Okay. Now, the $1,600, has that money ever shown up anywhere?
I actually called them recently to find out what's going on with this money, and I found out that that detective is a police officer now. That's what they told me, and that it was seized. They told me that it was seized.
It was seized as part of their investigation.
Yeah, well, actually, I left a message and they called me back, and I missed the call. They left me a message and said that the money was seized, and if I had any other questions, to call and ask for the officer.
Okay. We will assist you with that. Did they do anything else that you felt was troubling or disturbing to you?
I just felt like I was in that little room for 7 hours. I don't really know like the law, but I think 7 hours just sitting there and go up to a table, I thought that was kind of extreme.
Okay, understood. All right. We're gonna stop the recording there. I think I have enough information.